Yeah. There we go. I got sound, I think. I got sound. I hope I have sound. Let me see.
You do.
Is this centered? Is it centered?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I'm good. I'm just going to do my stuff until if people come to say hi, that would be great. All right. Thank you.
The door for the cat.
Yeah. Hey there, if anyone's around, please say hi to me. I'm just hanging out doing work, doing my free stream, and I will keep working until there's anyone who wants to say hello. Please get me out of work, please, please. No, I'm kidding. I actually have a ton to do, so, but still, I'd rather talk to people. I'm going to grab the call-in number, if that's humanly possible. And yes, I'm wearing a bathing suit so that I want my sunshine back. It's just hopeful. It's still snowing everywhere. Okay. Let me just see. Actually, I think I can do this. Ah, there it is. If you are watching and you want to call in and say hi or write or anything, please feel free. The number is right there. And I guess I have to go to work. Work, work, work. If there's anyone around, please say hello. On March 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to start our book club chat, and it's going to just be on the first chapter of Dr. Robin DiAngelo's book called White Fragility. It seems really, really basic, but there's some really good stuff in there. I'm on my third time reading it, and it's really good. I'd love people to come. I'm going to send around invitations, and I hope you can come. It's really not going to be a long stream. It's just basically going to be, I'll give a quick summary if you haven't read it yet, and then I want people talking and saying what they think. Mine's going to be like a 2-minute summary if I can make it really condensed. So please join us for this. If you know anybody who's interested but doesn't know where to go to learn, this book is a great first book, and it's really dense. It's filled with tons of stuff. So in that case, I am going to see something. Boop. All right, I need to get to work. If you're watching, please say hello and tell me what's up. I'm just hanging out from 3 to 5, working and trying to figure out what people want to see, what people want to do, and get to know people. So please don't be shy. Just say hello, and we'll go from there. Lots going on. So my first line of business is boring, but I still have to do this. Let me see. Boop. Let's see. This is true. Interesting. That's nice commercial.
Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy, Sundays at 9.
Until January, you were the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. There's new data from Kaiser that came out last week showing that white Americans are getting vaccinated at double the pace of black Americans, triple the pace of Hispanic Americans. Do you think systemic racism is playing a role in vaccine distribution?
Yes, well, I do, but when we say that, it doesn't mean that people are deliberately withholding vaccines. The greatest problem is access. Now, there is vaccine hesitancy, but the access, I believe, is the number one problem. And we just finished a survey with the Congressional Black Caucus, Hispanic Caucus, Native Americans, and Asians. We reached out to researchers, ethnic researchers. They just completed a survey, and amongst African Americans, the majority said that their hesitancy was because they think the vaccine has been rushed. But many, many, many other people said they would be willing to get the vaccine. So if you focus on access and people are vaccinated, you're talking about friends and family members who will see others vaccinated and see that everything is fine. And so we have access as a serious problem, even in Los Angeles, because people are having difficulties getting online. And then individuals from other parts of the community who are white are coming into inner city areas they probably have never been in before, seeking vaccines.
Really?
So real quick, Dr. Fauci has said that he doesn't think the vaccine rollout is failing African Americans. Is he wrong?
He doesn't feel it's what?
He doesn't think that the vaccine rollout is failing African Americans.
Well, there are problems, and there are problems because of access, because the way you access the vaccine is online. And so it is failing African Americans, and what I believe we need to do is we need to move and expand beyond online registration. There needs to be community registration. There needs to be mobile sites. There's a city councilman in Los Angeles, Marquise Harris Dawson. He does phone banking in a specific neighborhood, so only those people in the neighborhood know when and where to show up for the vaccine, and he is having no problem vaccinating African Americans.
Interesting. Damn, I believe it. Jesus. I believe it. All right, I'm just looking up stuff until anyone wants to say hello or call in. Dang. All right, what I just heard there was basically the woman who used to be the head of the Black Caucus in, D.C., is saying that, in a very nice way, actually, that she put it really nicely. She's saying that, yeah, there has been a huge problem with the distribution of vaccines to Black Americans, and part of it is because the access to online. That is how you sign up online. Apparently, I wouldn't know because I'm not in a group that can really get it soon, so I haven't even really researched it, but that's disturbing. She's saying that access for black people, it's not that people are keeping it away from them on purpose. However, whenever there is a group of people who doesn't have access to certain privileges, by definition, it's keeping it away on purpose. And I'm sorry, she's being very sweet about it, and she knows more about it than I do, obviously by 1,000-fold, but the bottom line is, she said point blank, there are people who are making programs that come into the community and people are getting vaccinated. So, badoomch. There are solutions. We need to implement them. I'm not sure how else to put that. But if you're hanging out, please say hi. I am just basically doing free string. You can say anything you want. Come on and say hi to me. Call in. The number is somewhere up here in this, boop, somewhere up here. And otherwise, I'm going to just do some, all I do is, I just look up stuff left and right and delve into things. I usually use the Washington Post a lot, and that's that. And there are a few things I need to look up because I have some serious stuff I got this morning on oh my gosh, some serious. So if you're out there watching, please say hello. And free streaming just means I'm hanging out. So if you want to say hi, it's Angry Soccer Mom. I'll tell you all about my channel if you want me to, what I do. Ask me anything. Call in, whatever you wish. And just not ignoring people. When people call in, I take notes on what they're saying on my phone. So don't feel ignored. I'm actually taking notes. I mean, anything that's really important, I write down. Because I'm getting old. So that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm just looking up. I have some really basic ideas I started writing down this morning. God, do I dare even read them out loud? And these are just notes. But if anyone's watching and has anything to say, because I told you that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually do my research. I started out with the saying and the expression, and this is kind of a rant, kind of a video. I'm not a racist, because that's what all white people say. The second, I'm not a racist. It's the first cry of most white Americans when they're unable to escape being caught in a conversation about systemic racism, which is true. Sorry to say. The R word is the most vile word white folks can be called, basically. You can call them the F word, you can call them almost anything, but you call them the R word, racist, we lose our shit, basically. I think a lot of white folks think that the R word is synonymous with the N word, and that's a freaking joke. Because here's the problem. All this stuff that we're talking about is about who has the power. And the bottom line is, for the white masses, okay, I'm not talking about incredibly impoverished white folks, and there are some in America, very much so. I'm talking about the white masses, the white people who basically, they have enough to get by on or better. And what we usually do, get back here, phone. What we usually do is we end up, not understanding the power difference. And that is a huge thing. The N-word holds the power, vile hatred, and inhumanity and barbaric sickness of century after century after century of tortured souls. Calling someone racist has nothing to do with the history. If you're racist, it means that you truly don't believe that in equity and that all people should, you believe that people who are have more active melanin in their bodies are somehow lesser and not as worthy. At the system level is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your personal stuff. So at the systems level, I think people need to know this. And this is controversial because people don't agree with me. And this is my opinion. I will say this is not something I read. Well, it's not synonymous with that. And people, a lot of us would think it's synonymous with the N-word. Well, a lot of us would be completely full of shit. Because whereas no one likes to think about themselves as racist, and this is just something I wrote, just thinking about making it, I could toss it. I always do that. I write something and I go, that sucks, and I toss it. And then I do it again. But whereas no one likes to be, thought of as a horrible person, because that's basically a racist to us is a horrible, horrible person. When I talk of racism, I'm talking about the system. I'm not talking about you personally if you're white. I don't know you personally if you're white. I don't know you personally if you're black or brown or indigenous or, any mixed heritage or I don't know you. So how the hell could I be talking about you? I guess the bottom line is we don't want to think of ourselves as a defensive person. So we're so defensive at the mere suggestion or mention of the word racism. And that speaks volumes. That just speaks volumes. But we immediately try to white center it. It's got to be about us. And that's a natural thing for people who have been at the center of everything to do. But what we need to do is have some introspection and say, okay, what the F? It's not about us. It is about a group of people who we have allowed. Michael, yay! I'm just reading a quick blurb I wrote this morning because not a lot of people are saying hi, so I'm just kind of hanging. How you doing, friend? Nice to have you come by. Just reading this, trying to come up with something I want to say for a video. We immediately white center it and we make it about us, and we make it about our feelings because that's what we're used to doing, and also because we don't know. A lot of us don't know. Oh, your back's hurting? What's going on? Been working out too much? Just kidding. Are you good? Talk to me. Nobody's talking to me today. But that's okay. But you are now, so that's good. But the racist is a system. It's about a system of power. And whites have it, and not really anyone else at this point in a meaningful way at this time. So, no, there is no word that is congruent with the N-word. But what if I told you that are you racist is not just a yes or no question. Ta-da! Are you racist is not a yes or no question. We'll hold that thought. Michael, loving your shows, making me feel better and just doing maintenance work. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Michael. I'm thrilled you're here. Jump in anytime if you have anything to say. I'm just kind of trying to figure out stuff and let people, people who want to come by and say hi, I'm loving it. Thank you for being here. I'm just trying to, I guess this video is going to be on the anti-racism continuum. But what's really tough to educate white folks, they have to want to be educated, and a lot of us don't want to be educated. Yeah, not even close. So you can't force somebody. I mean, I guess you could, cuff them and force them to listen to you. But I mean, realistically, you can't change someone's heart. So my big thing with my channel is that to get white folks to change, I'm going to do less preaching, don't do this, don't do that, and show more history. Because in my mind, not to be rude, but anyone who sees our real racial history has to know that systemic racism is abundant and thriving in America. It's disgusting. So that's kind of all I wrote. I know, you know what? Michael, my friend Jordan came on and said that. He actually watched it and people were harassing him. He was waiting outside the bathroom when his girlfriend was going potty, and he said like people were coming up to him going, well, they didn't mention this and that, because he's a black dude, and I guess he's in a very white area, and he's standing there waiting for his girlfriend to come out of the bathroom, and these white folks are coming up to him and espousing their, I don't know, their guilt or their, I don't know. I mean, they went to the movie, so they must have known what it was about, or maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely want to see that. Is it I guess is it in theaters? Because I've been so sequestered at home. I'm not worthy. I don't know anything. I want to see it. I gotta be able to stop it because I'm really slow. So I end up having to like go stop it and go, wait, what's going on here? I'm just being real. Sorry. I always get like confused and stuff. But yeah, I would really like to. Have you seen it? I don't know if you're listening, but if you've seen it, tell me what you thought. Because I think my friend Jordan liked it a lot. Although he didn't like getting kind of having to be the black expert, the one who represents all of black humanity at the movies, but I guess that's kind of what he felt like. I'm not going to speak for him, but we're going to talk later on today. So the yes or no question, are you racist, is not an appropriate question for white folks. So it means you're either an angel, Mother Teresa, or the devil from hell. And the bottom line is, I think we all know there are gray areas, and nobody is all the way and all the way horrible and all the way perfect. Most people are in between with regards to racism. And again, this is just my opinion. Michael, I definitely will watch. I'm definitely going to see it. I just don't know if I'm going to have to wait till it comes out on like DVD or video or whatever streaming. I'm terrible. But this is my opinion. This is not what somebody told me to say, and it's not what I read in a book. But oh yeah, I want to see it. Absolutely, I want to see it. I just I want to be able to stop the movie and go, what's going on, and then like replay it. I'm bad. I'm just saying. I'm slow for I want to make sure I know what's going on, and maybe watch it twice. That's kind of what I do. So people, if you can just say yes or no, then everyone will be like, no, I'm not racist. That's why all white people are like, I'm not racist, and the bottom line is, if that's how we go by it, then no one is. And I'd be sure of a hell of a lot of systemic racism and discrimination for not a single person being racist. So the bottom line is, it's an incident on the racism continuum. Hi, I am Legend. Welcome. I'm just hanging out. Just blabbing away, talking about some future videos I'm going to make on the anti-racism continuum to try to explain to white people not to be so defensive. Because, first of all, it's not about us. It's about a system. It's not about you personally. And it's about a continuum. You don't have to prove anything, because nothing you say is going to matter. It's what your behavior is over time. I'm going to be until 5 today. Be until 5, hanging out and doing research. Anyone who wants to call in, talk to me, just doing free streaming. So I already showed a video. I just want to get to know people who watch the channel, and not just like about just racism, but just about their lives, and just people call in and say hi about anything they want. I just do it every Sunday. So if you have to run off, I know you're doing chores, Michael, or like household stuff, just come back and say hi when you can, and I'd love it. I'll take any questions, comments. Oh, that's not off topic. Actually, I Am Legend, that's completely on topic. This isn't, this is just free streaming, me hanging out. No, I don't. I hate to be the soothsayer of doom. Nope. I think we really, it's funny. I work with clients in Taiwan, and I'm like, guys, how, I get to just chat with them. How long have you been shut down? Or how long have you been, your country's been open up? And they're like, we haven't shut down at all. We blew it so badly in this country. I think we're going to be screwed for years to come. And I don't mean to be rude, but we blew it on so many levels over such a very, very long time. We're only now having leadership at the national level. And I'm not a Biden fan, don't get me wrong, but he was all we got right now. So I Am Legend, unfortunately, and this is just my personal opinion, I am not an epidemiologist, I am not a doctor, I do not have a PhD in this field, but I have been kind of watching and looking up stuff, and no, I do not think it's, to be honest, I don't think it's ever going to be over. I think we will slowly, as people become getting the immunizations and whatnot, slowly. Okay, Michael, that sounds good. I can always look later. Thank you. I think that we're going to slowly come back to the new normal. And it won't be exactly the same, but I hate to say it, I don't think we're ever going to be completely carefree and back to real normal for quite some time. Because what we have to remember is this, and this is just, from my common sense. I'm not an expert in this. We have country after country after country who aren't getting any vaccinations, and they don't have the products to keep themselves safe, and they don't have that. And so by us not making this vaccine for public use, we're screwing ourselves over and over and over and over and over, forever having normalcy come back. Because if you think about it, this is the kind of thing, this is a pandemic. And pretend we're in a country, okay, we are. Let's just say the whole world is just one country, for example, and we are not allowing certain groups. Hi, Peaches, welcome. We're not allowing, yes, I totally do, Michael. We're not allowing certain groups to have access. Basically, we're being morons. We're screwing ourselves. Thanks, Peaches. Uh-oh. 1 second. I'm so glad this is free stream. I can get up and get that cat out the door. Just 1 second. Sorry. Hey, youngster. You. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? You're being a meowster. Here, I'm going to bring little meowster here. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Uh-oh. Whoa. Wow. Okay. This cat. Okay. Okay, no, you smell like pee, go away. Sorry. But yeah, he's a needy little thing. I think we have screwed ourselves to the point where, I hate to say it, and I'm glad Peaches agrees, because Peaches 62, this is just my opinion, it's not a professional, and I'd like to differentiate, because, we are not all experts on everything. Some of us, like me, are experts on nothing, but we try, and we are ever heading towards becoming better. Knowing more. But Q4, yes, he is okay. Can I just say, because this is free streaming, I don't have to just talk. He's like, okay, he goes like this. He meows and meow. He takes these little guys, and he thinks it's his baby. It's the funniest freaking thing. I've never been around cats before we had this cat. Takes these, and he goes to the door of where you're at, and he meows and meows and meows, and then you have to say, good kitty, you're a great hunter, you're fine, and then he drops it, and it's like this thing, and it's hilarious to me, because I love animals. I just haven't been around them a lot, so it's probably like a normal thing, but he's a nut, so he thinks those are like his babies. But thank you. Yeah, my daughter wanted to get a snake, and so about 15 years ago we decided to get a cat instead, and I was like, I would have gotten a snake, but they have for people who have immunosuppressed systems, snakes aren't good. Plus they're snakes, but we have snakes in our yard, so we see snakes a lot. So we got this little kitty, and I didn't know a thing about cats, and now I do. A little bit. But anyway, that's a great question. That's a really good question about the pandemic. And unfortunately, I think we're using our false economy, or basically, let's put it in real terms, we're selfish as fuck, and we are like, me, I, me, my, and we're all about us. And sometimes when you're all about you, you're screwing you. And that's what the racist people are doing in this country too. It's the same thing. There's pattern after pattern. We're doing it with the pandemic. We're thinking, well, we have the vaccine, so we're okay. No, that's absolutely not true at all. You're okay for now, maybe. But you see, the scores of countries who don't have it, what are we going to do? Keep them out? Good luck with that. We'll keep them out, sure, but not all countries will. And then you need a yeah, I know. Actually, I'm supposed to use I was going to use my John Lewis cup, this little cute little cup thing that my sweet friend got me, but I was rushing so badly that this massive, I know, it's massive, but that's funny. Yeah, it's pretty big, but, so, yeah, I work on Saturdays really late, and then of course I stay up because I want to like have my weekend kind of, and then I'm off on Sunday, so I sleep until like God. I don't even want to tell you. You'll think what a spoiled little shit. But yes, it's a massive Leslie. Nice to have you. But anyway, I like your opinion, Leslie, on this. I think we're screwing ourselves in the long run by we should have never. I mean, I get it. People need to be paid, but the greed is going to come back to kill us. I mean, literally kill us. I don't mean figuratively. The greed's going to kill us. And I think that has to do with environmental stuff. I think it has to do with racism. It has to do with the coronavirus. What I'm trying to say is all three are patterns of our selfishness, and not yours, just as a collective, is what will do us in. Because when you're selfish about not allowing people to have equal access to a vaccine, it grows and it changes and it mutates, and you will get it again. And those people, you think, well, we'll just keep them all out of our country. Lots of luck there, because every country will have to keep those people we've denied out. Let's say they go to Europe and they give it to somebody in Europe, and then someone from Europe comes here. Yeah, we're on a global scale here, and I don't need to explain that to anybody. Maybe Trump supporters, but we are essentially, our selfishness and greed is screwing ourselves. There are countries that do not have access to the vaccine. I mean, hell, our country barely does, and we're supposed to be this great, Western leader and the leader of the world. And yeah, right. Our leader really fucked us over, and I mean that completely non. I'm not really affiliated with the party. If Biden did it, I'd say Biden did it. I don't care. But Trump did it, and peaches. Here in Europe, it doesn't look like things are back to normal anytime soon. Europe partially closing borders. Yeah. What country are you in, Peaches? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't mind me asking. Because I love it when people from other places, other countries come by, and we Americans, we don't get out a lot, but our country's doing horribly in general. Just, it's because of, I was thinking, we knew about this. I work for a company in China, okay? And I knew our vaccine was going slowly in Sweden. Sweden, I think you're doing better than us at the moment. Really? Interesting. Germany. Oh, wow, you're from Germany. That's so cool. Oh, my gosh. And how are you guys doing with the pandemic, if you don't mind me asking? If you're busy, like, doing stuff, you don't have to jump on, but I love learning about other countries. Yeah, see, the U.S. is so freaking big that it kind of is state to state, I guess you could say. It's really state to state. It's almost like you can't really say, well, we're all doing great, or there's areas that are okay. Not great, but boy, it's just, I don't know, there's a lot going on. A lot. But I wonder how Germany's doing. And so, what's going on, Lassie, what's going on in Sweden? Is it really? Is that, I'd be horrified about how few people wear masks. Oh my God. You guys, can I be so rude? I think, I have this, okay, this is so rude of me, but I can't help how I feel. I would never, I would save them if they were flying over a cliff and about to die, but when I see people without masks in my country, because you are so, we have it so bad, and it's like, we have people who pretend that it's not real, and it's insanity. I just look at them like, what the actual, how freaking selfish could you be? That's what I look at them like, and I'm not judging people in other countries, but we're supposed to be doing it. And when I see some guy it's always some dude who is like, screw authority, I don't have to wear a mask. It's like, dude, it's not about you. Don't wear a mask. Go get COVID. Go get sick. Maybe you'll die, maybe you won't. But there's elderly people walking around. Why would this person be so selfish to do that to them? Like, what kind of person does this? So it's like, I just really get sanctimonious. I get like really like, well, oh, never. It's like, I had one guy in a store who had no mask on at the height of this thing. I mean, oh my God. It was like, everyone was freaking out, and he's walking around and he's getting closer to me. He's purposely doing it in a store. And he's coming up, and I'm like, I'm not being rude, I'm not looking, I'm just moving away. And these people, a lot of them, there's people standing in line trying to shut down people who are getting vaccinations. I'm like, what? Oh, wow. And why is that, Lassie? Why? Like, is it because of how Sweden has handled it? Because I've read you guys have your own system of how you've handled it. And I've read nothing but praise about it. But do you feel, tell me. What do you think? Because, I read like months ago that it's one of the 3 techniques. Our technique is to do nothing. But, I don't know. It just takes some cooperation. But I do get kind of appalled when I see people purposefully, like, they're just making it all about their freedom. How about the freedom, like, I don't want to die of some disease that you can't, or, I don't want to die of a virus that you were too freaking rude to put on him. And I don't get it. So I'm very curious. I know it's a lot of, I wish you guys could call in. I don't know how that is, like, if you have free calling or whatever, but I want to know what's going on. And I know it's a lot of typing. But, so I am kind of, like, not very understanding about people who refuse to wear masks. Because it doesn't just impact them. It's like, if you eat, let's say you eat really bad for you every day, and you smoke all day long, and you don't exercise, and you, I don't know, what else bad for you can you do? You, like, take risks. Okay, that's fine. It's you. That's a freedom you can have. But it's not like, this isn't about one person. This is about infecting others. So it's like, also, so I'm just blabbing. Sorry, guys. This kind of triggers me a little bit, but the bottom line is, it's having, coronavirus and everything like that. It's people who won't wear a mask. I mean, if they infect one person, then that person can infect somebody, and that can, it's very, very, in my mind, really selfish. If they don't believe in it, that's great. They don't have to go out shopping. They cannot wear a mask in their own home. And I don't know if in the U.S., do you guys have, let's say, and Peaches, if you don't mind, I don't know if you're still hanging out. Yeah, and I want to be clear. Let's say I'm not judging you. What your country is doing, you do what your country does, and I don't. But in our country, you're supposed to. But people are like, no, I have rights. I have the right to infect anyone I want. And we're just like, damn. It's just selfish is all. And your rights, when they cross over into other people's rights, it's the same thing with, common sense gun laws. I have the right to have 500 weapons, and anyone who wants one should be able to have one. Well, I have the right to watch my child grow up and be an adult. So there we are. It's like when your rights start, crossing over into stopping my rights, I think there's got to be a balance. And I'm fine if people don't want to wear masks. Just don't go in public. Does that sound rude? Like, there's places they'll deliver your groceries to your door. But, I don't know. So, we're not making anyone wear masks. If you're in public, you need to wear one. But a lot of people don't do it. So, enough about that. But anyway, if anyone has anything to say, I'm basically hanging out. I'm thrilled to say hi to people. The government has no right to order people to wear masks, only in wartime. Ah, interesting. How does ours go? You know what? It's state to state. I'm almost positive. Where we are at state to state, it's kind of weird. Do I support Black Lives Matter? Oh, hell yes. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. You got it, Renique? I don't know if I'm saying it right, if I'm butchering your name. Oh, God, yes. Absolutely. I support my black, brown, indigenous, mixed heritage brothers and sisters 1,000%. Actually, I got to go the first time I went to DC during, it's kind of bad because it was during the pandemic, but I really, really wanted to see what was going on in DC. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Check out my videos. I'm just I'm the average white person that really, really gives a shit. And I'm so sick and tired of white folks denying systemic racism. I get it. They're upset. They don't want to talk about it. But you know what? It's way past time for white folks to start taking some racial responsibility. And this is ridiculous that we have this level of hatred in this country still. So thanks, Renique. Today, this is what I'm doing. I'm just like chatting with new people and old people, and I usually come on and do a program, but I can't really talk to anybody because I'm kind of, trying to teach the white folks, and I have a lot of people who aren't. People need to notice you. You deserve more. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Well, I have a lot of people who are great to me, and they try to spread the word. But what's going on is, if I'm totally candid, I had a really nice following on Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sure it wasn't him personally, but he booted me off for life with no explanation. So I had thousands of subscribers, but they're not really subscribers. I just had like followers, I guess you could call them. People who follow my page, people who follow me, and in a snap, he didn't tell me why. I say he because I blame him completely. He didn't tell me why I was educating people, the white folks. I felt so good about, like, God, I think, it's a very, very long, it's a lifelong continuum for white folks. We're never going to get it, but it doesn't mean we don't try. So I got kicked off for life, and I still don't know why. And yes, I am still absolutely, it basically stopped me from, he silenced me is what he did. So I came over to YouTube, which I had never really done before too much. So, but thank you so much. Let me see. Scott Phillip did an interview. The African diaspora. He did that, and it was such a nice honor to be able to do that interview, because it kind of got people to go, oh yeah, this white lady cares, okay? And I'm not a leader, I promise you. I'm actually really shy, but I've been studying this and trying to figure out what the hell's going on with systemic racism in America since I was like a little kid, because I was raised in the era of colorblindness, where, like, sure, my parents weren't overtly racist. They never said a word. Literally, they didn't say a word. And so I'm like, why isn't somebody doing something? I could see, when I was 6 years old, I could see that people were being treated differently. So I would go up to, this is so stupid, I would go up to black people and tell them I'd be their friend. I didn't know why I was doing it. I was a baby. I didn't say, oh, there's racism, I'll be your friend. I don't know. I would go up to them and I would try to be their friend, because I was like, I like you. I'll be your friend. It's all like at a totally different level. I didn't know what racism was. And so it was like, I had to figure it out, like a lot of white folks do. And once I did, I was like, damn. And it became like this, like, thing, like, I have to know more. Why do people do this? I want to know why. How can we stop them? Like, silly me, not realizing it was a system, just like, my white privilege, thinking I can help them, like as a little kid. And then I started learning more and more about it and realizing, wow. So I would love to get noticed, not because I want to be the center of stage, but because I really, really want white people to step up to the freaking plate. We're fooled generation after generation after generation. We're fooled. And we're just going against our own best interest. Racism is not good for white people, and white folks do not get it. It's just like I was saying, not sharing the vaccines with the whole world, it's not good for us either. We're idiots. I don't know why people think this. It's like people can't see into the future or past themselves, or I don't know. But imagine living in a country where we didn't have racism. Oh my God! I mean, it's embedded in every system of our entire anything. Name one thing. You cannot find an area of life, I mean, unless you're lying, it's not completely infiltrated. Many places more than others, of course, but our supposed justice system, police, I have no words. It's, I don't even know what to say. Use Twitter, it's better for I never quite caught on to that. I have a Twitter account. I think it's called, I'm terrible technologically, at Imagine No Hate. At Imagine No Hate. And I'm on there. I barely know how to use it. I'm terrible. I really am. But I do have a bunch of different platforms. And I still run my, because I had an admin get in when they started to kick me off Facebook. I had a group of 35,000 people that were following me. I had a group of 5,000 people that were a closed group that were being educated and helping to educate. So I had 35,000 plus 5,000, plus I worked as an editor on Dixon White's page. So I could just do anything on there, so that was really nice. But now, I've only been in Facebook Joe one time, and it was for 2 days, and that was maybe years ago or whatever. And then they didn't give me any other warning. I got this notice, you're kicked off for life. And I was like, okay. It's so weird. So I'm pretty sure maybe somebody went after, I don't know what. And they won't, and I asked why. I wrote them 3 times and they won't tell me. So what am I going to do? I just want to get the word out that white folks, we did this. And part of the thing that I don't understand is, and I don't mean that in any way, it's just a fact, it's history. I mean, like any other history, we did this. We purposely made it so that Black Americans couldn't accumulate generational wealth like we were allowed to. Now, some did because they're just incredible luck, incredible skill, incredible talent, whatever. But you shouldn't have to be incredible. Twitter's easier to interact with others and more direct. Interesting. I know YouTube's the least direct, kind of. It seems like people can't even write it. I have a well, I'll just put it on there. I actually have. I might have. No, I didn't. I have a page that I still run because I run it from somebody else's. I cheat, basically. Shh, don't tell. About 6 months into me thinking, you know what? They stopped sharing my stuff on Facebook because I'd get 1,000 people seeing stuff, and then I got 1. I'm like, everyone hates me or something's going on. So they stopped sharing my stuff, so you had to go on the page. So what I did was I put somebody on who I knew I would be able to swap out and use their account. I just did that for 2 of my accounts, not all of them. And it was just more I got lucky with intuition. I didn't know they were going to kick me off for life, for God's sakes. I'm not even a big wig. I was I'm just anybody, the ordinary person. But for some reason, I guess I pissed them off. It's incredibly unfair. And yes, I actually cried. I was this means so much to me. And yeah, I cried. I was devastated and hurt. I loved helping educate. I loved trying to make a difference. I do it for me. I don't do it because I think I'm a savior. I don't do it because I want to lead the way. How would I know better than anyone else that's actually living it? How to solve systemic racism? I don't. So it's so crazy. But he just booted me off, and that was that. And they won't return my phone calls or whatever. No, my phone calls. They don't return my letters. But I'm just looking up. If you want to ever, I'm just looking at my notes from Zoop. Can you see? Maybe you can see them. Whoa, wrong thing. I'm looking at my notes so that I can find my, hopefully it's on there somewhere. But let's say I will check out Twitter. I'm like the disabled of, oh, and if you want to call in, the numbers, scroll up and ask me anything, talk to me. This is just free streaming. Where is it? Looking for, okay, I'm not worthy. I'm looking for the, I know. I'm so bad. I could just open it up and get the URL again. Got it. It's called Angry Soccer Mom. It's just a group I started a while ago, and my other group, I had to make private, so I've kind of had to let that one go, sadly, because I cannot keep up. Boop. You can private message me on this, or jump in on the conversation. I post continuously. I put my videos up to, and they all kind of go to YouTube, because so far that's my only stable platform right now. Because Facebook, like I said, I go in just using somebody else's account because I'm booted off for life. They did let me, this is kind of weird, they let me put everything I've ever done on a zip file. Gee, thanks. I mean, I am thankful for that, but it truly is racebook. He helped Trump win through Cambridge Analytica. He helped him win 2016. When I say he, I mean Mark Zuckerberg. 100% positive. He did through PsyOps. He helped Cambridge Analytica is a company that did PsyOps, and they did PsyOps for England for Brexit. They did PsyOps for Brexit, and then when that worked, Trump saw that, and they did. Was it Cruz they worked for? They worked for another American, and they're a PsyOps company. They're no longer in existence. They got dismantled, but they have a new company called Datapropia that the top 4 people who are at Cambridge Analytica started up again, and I don't know about that, if they're still in business or not, but they worked with Trump for the 2020 campaign as well, and then he fired them, which is what he does. But so I'm just doing free streaming today. Just any questions, questions, comments, anything. I'm just thinking my next, what I told everybody at my live shows on Wednesday at 9, what I told everybody was I'm going to try to, because I can't really handle, like, it's so much to do with working and, all the stuff that everybody, and this needs to be a full-time thing for me, because I work 24/7 and I want to. It's just, I'm like going downhill fast because I've been doing it. I haven't taken a break since Trump started because, he's the grand poobah, he's the de facto modern leader of the world's Ku Klux Klan. I mean, the world's Klan. So all of a sudden I was into politics trying to do that and absolutely support Black Lives Matter 1,000%. Let me see. Aaron, let me see. Okay, I don't know what that means. But anyway, so today I'm just hanging out, doing some research. So I'm going to switch the channel slowly over time to top 10. And my next video coming out, and you're going to laugh because I did so much, it's coming out terrible. I don't even want to put it. But it's talking about people who have African heritage, or black people, or people of mixed heritage who don't have this European hair, okay? And why you do not touch someone's hair. You do not, oh my God, you do not touch someone's hair. It's just so not right. And, white folks are kind of indignant about it, and it really is a huge deal. And so we need to educate white people. I do. As a white person, need to educate my fellow humans on why. No. You don't touch black people's hair. I'm sorry. If you ask, it's like you don't even ask. Yeah, there'll be people who won't care at all, but there'll be people who do care, and it's personal. And I did a top 10 video on it. Turned out terrible, but I'm still going to put it on. And I'll get better with top 10 stuff. Anyway, so that's my next project. And then I have another video I'm working on right now is explaining, it's a beginner video, explaining about the anti-racism continuum and why racism, are you racist, is not a yes or no question. And then one more thing. Okay, one more thing. I have a friend that I love so much, and she's from like maybe 45 minutes away, and I haven't seen her in a long time, and she's super busy, and she's really been hurt by racism, like to the point where she didn't want to leave her house basically, and she was so gracious to me. She let me video her. She wanted to be videoed. She wanted people to know, and this was so long ago, but I came across one of her videos, and I had never interviewed anyone before, and maybe I'll throw it on and see what. Let me see here. See what I can do. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what you think. Oh my God, I so don't know what I'm doing. I know it's bad, huh? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can make it show up. Okay, that might be it. I gotta see how I can put it on here clearly. But so this is the video. Not that. And I'll see if it comes on. It's a really short video. It's like super, super short. But again, if you're around and you want to call in, be my guest. I'm just chatting and doing work, talking to people, and so I'm gonna find this thing. It's not gonna be too hard to find because let me see here. Give me 2 seconds. Boop. Don't know what I'm doing. Big shock. Okay. Dupe. It's gonna be easy to find because it's one of my very first famous last words. It's one of my very first videos. Okay, sort by oldest. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hang on a second. Soup. Okay. Didn't even know how to use a camera, and I still don't. That's the funniest part. Okay. I gotta figure out how to do this. Oh God, I am so bad. And it's not working. Okay. I'm really bad. I've never done this before, but I should be able to do it. Okay, I'll do it a different way. That's not gonna work. Alright, I can't do it. Don't hate me. I'm a stooge. Oh, I made people leave. But anyway, I can play the video. It's my girlfriend and I are talking, and she's talking about racism, and she's such a nice person, and that she has to go through this she's really been hurt. Racism and systemic racism aren't like spread out equally, and some people are just damaged and hurt by society so much more than others. If you're more sensitive, there's so many factors, as you know, and this is such the nicest lady, and she's just been so cruelly crushed by it. I just wish I could be there for her better. So I'm going to play it. And so I'm going to zoop. Hope you can hear this. It's very short. This is me.
I'd like to share the first in a series of casual interviews I recently did
It's just
with
me
a friend
talking.
of mine. In this first clip, we discuss how difficult it's been for her having to deal with racism in her everyday life. Please listen to her words. They're real.
It must make you so mad that you have to go through life like this.
It does, but I can't stay mad because it'll just bleed into everything else. I do have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I do want to be better. I want to be better in general. I want.
For him, too, and for you. And
Yeah. I have to be better. I have to fix the damage to the best of my ability.
Yeah,
There's no need for me to stay angry.
But there's sort of... people are still doing it to you.
They are.
So, like, how does that...
Well, I mean, what they want is to elicit a reaction, not a response. They want to just put me in that space. That's the only power that I have at this point, is to just be like, nah.
Do you ever want to go make somebody uncomfortable on purpose? I do.
Every day of my life.
I do.
Every minute of every day.
I would want to. I think I would.
I may get noosed, so I don't. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I gotta leave it alone.
Right. It's not like a... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different thing.
That really sucks. You know, just sitting here looking, we're similar in our demeanors. We could do the same thing if we wanted to, and you would probably
You could be killed.
Yeah.
You could be killed, and I could just go like, do-do-do-do-do. And that is unbelievable.
It's life. This
Liberty and
America.
justice for all. What a crock of shit.
That's so.
What a crock of shit.
You must be like my twin from another life.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's a joke. We live a lie. Yeah, so that was a video that actually the first time I ever did a video, I have to be honest, I didn't even know where to put the camera. And that was my sweet friend, and I haven't seen her in forever. And she wanted to talk about racism, and so I was like, hell yeah, I'll talk about racism. And I've learned so much since I, talked to her back then. And we did a series of videos, but basically, we were talking about how much, like, it makes us so mad. But for me, I can maybe make somebody uncomfortable. And she said, and for me, if I do that, I could get noosed. And I was like, damn, okay, yeah. And that was, I did that years ago. And if you, here's the bottom line. It's a video, it's a post I made. And I got some shit for it, but, it's par for the course. I'm sorry. I'm always getting something for something. But this is what I said. I stole it from somebody because it was amazing. Let me just grab it. And this is what I said. A lot of people had something to say about it, but I truly believe this from what all my friends have told me. So what am I going to do? Where is it? I'm scrolling, sorry about that. Yeah, and this just to me just rang so true. And you might say, meh, yeah, right, lady. But this is Michael Baisden live. So I guess he's kind of a famous person, I'm guessing, because I don't really know a ton of famous people. So he said, if you have a black friend and you don't understand their pain right now, you don't have a black friend, you simply know a person who's black. And that to me is kind of says it all. Because I have so many people. I have black friends. I've dated black people. Well, you know what? That's great. And maybe you know a ton more than most people. But if you don't understand what they're going through, and you don't ask them, and you don't educate yourself, and you don't delve into the truth about a real racial history, then you don't really have a black friend. You have a person you know who's black. And that is, it just, what do you guys think? I mean, T. Rogers, yay! And Nails and Glitter, yay! Happy you're here. I'm just hanging out. if anyone wants to call in, say hello. I'm just trying to finish 2 of my videos today and saying hi to people. And trying to get people to come to March 7th at 9 p.m. is our first book club meeting. And I have a bunch of people who are interested, so I'm really excited. We're going to do this book. And it's Dr. Robin DiAngelo, White Fragility. Not everybody agrees with every word she says, but it doesn't matter, because this is a book for, an incredibly intense book for beginners, I think. And even for people who get this and know this and live this. She's trying to attempt to, like, teach us what white people think and feel. And it's not everybody. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. And if this book club works out, we'll do continuous book club until we've read 50 books. And we're all brilliant, and we can educate. The goal is to, if you're a white person, educate yourself and get your ass out there and educate other white people, because it's called taking racial responsibility. It's not from guilt. It's not because you want to lead the way and be like, I'm the best, or have your picture on Facebook, or we even know best, because we don't. We don't know best. But we got to use our white privilege in a positive manner. And using your white privilege in a positive manner is learning our own real racial history and standing up for equity in a country that boasts liberty and justice for all. So it's not hard to do. And once you get into it, you will just, oh my God, you cannot stop. It's insane. You can't stop. It's like you find the truth and you just want to know more. So that's that. So I'm just hanging out, doing stuff. If anybody wants to say hi, call in, or make any comments, I'm here. Me and my giant cup, and I'm going to, and my crazy cat who keeps meowing and everything, and I'm going to try to make it so that maybe this coming up Sunday, I'll get my group of folks who are on Facebook, my Facebook group, to double stream it and see if they'll come on and say hi, because it's hard to get followers on YouTube and people to spread the word, because first of all, I'm not really a professional, and I'm a white lady, and white people usually hate me and black folks don't trust me, which is completely understandable. So it's kind of like people don't, it's uncomfortable for white folks, and a lot of black folks, why would they trust me to talk to me? Why would they? I mean, I had someone come on the other day that said, basically, I'll be honest with you, lady, I don't trust white people ever, and I never will. And I don't blame them. I probably wouldn't either. I mean, I barely trust white people. I don't hate white people. I live in America, and I know that in my mind, we are the center of our culture is now capitalism, and has always been systemic racism, but now it is capitalism on steroids plus systemic racism. So it's like, I don't know, you can switch them back and forth. I'm not sure which one is a higher value. But you might think, well, how do you know it's valued? Well, it's 2021, and this nation is racist as fuck, okay? That's how I know. I'm no genius, but I have been around, and this really should have been gone a long time ago. It's ridiculous. We have people that actually, 74 million of them. You can say, oh, those Trump supporters, they're not all racist. Well, I beg to differ, because you see, racism's not a yes or no. And, are you racist? It's not a yes or no question. It's a continuum. And for those 74 million people who supported this monster, I'm sorry, he's a sick man. It wasn't a deal breaker for them. So you can say, oh, they're not racist, but you know what? Yeah, they are. Sorry, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be rude. It doesn't mean I'd be nasty to those people. It doesn't mean I wouldn't educate them or help them, or it's just, let's keep it real. They are. And that's a damn lot of people. That's a lot of people. So anyway, so I'm just hanging. I am going to just see. Actually, I'm supposed to be doing research. I'm gonna go over something really fast. It is my videos to make. I'm going to do a video on cultural appropriation. If anyone wants to have any input, please do. Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay, let me just... Okay, got it. Here's my list of videos to make, not to bore you to death. And please, if you have comments, questions, I want to know about you. I don't want to blab. But I will. Okay. You know I will. Yeah, I'm going to do it on cultural appropriation, the top 10 cultural appropriation. And also I'm going to do an intro of why. Why, I mean, because a lot of people are very basic. I'm like, what? Cultural appropriation? We're just saying we really like their stuff. You know? Well, and it's a compliment. Well, yes, but it's not a compliment when white people who do it and are glamorized, and when the people whose actual culture came up with that are vilified. That's not a compliment. That's called white supremacy. So it's like, whoa. People don't really get that. I want to do one on the race card. There is no race card. When you live in a culture that there's systemic racism involved and seeped into the freaking air we breathe, everything is racism. Sorry, there's no race card. It's life. And so it's really, really, what a slap in the face to talk about a race card. It's a kind of a fundamental, complete lack of historical understanding of our culture, and current and past. It's like, then let me see. Now a lot of us don't know a ton about Fort Moses and the first all-black settlement. I'm going to do something on that. I'm going to be a busy woman. I want to do a video on Elizabeth Freeman's, when she sued for her freedom. I think that needs to be talked about. And one video I'm really into doing is the whole 40 acres and a mule. People don't get what that was, and what that means, and the significance of living in a country that's supposed to be running our economic system on capitalism, but now it's just a lifestyle. Costs more to kill you, you're out of here. But I want to do a video on that one too. I want to do a video on Red Summer. All these things that you don't get taught in school. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm trying to see if you guys have any comments or anything to add, or just anything. Oh, geez Louise. I keep losing my place. I want to do, I don't even know what this one's about. I will switch through it. I want to do a video that talks about fear in the human brain and why we tend to allow our fear to basically drive a rhetoric that is just not consistent with humanism and life, and all that. So it's kind of a weird. I want to do a video. I'm just going over all the videos. And if you have any suggestions, totally tell me. I will be thrilled to hear. I'm going to do one on a comparison video of the wealth and poverty in America, and just speak the truth of that with that. I want to do one on the military and how they handle racism, and how the new leader of the Pentagon is going to be handling racism, because in the military, because he's supposedly cracking down. He's the first black man to lead the Pentagon, and he's supposed to be really cracking down. And I can't wait to see what he does. So far, I love who he is. I don't know anything about his history, but I've read from forward since he was confirmed. Let me see. Down. Just gotta scroll through this. Let me see here. I'm almost through it. As I said earlier, I have my hair video coming out, and oh God, I am trying to do better thumbnails to get more people to pay attention to some of the videos that I'm making and putting out. In my experimentation, I have to make a confession. I saw for the hair, don't touch people's hair. Black people don't want people to touch their hair. Some do, but in general, nobody wants a stranger to touch their hair. So I talked to a ton of people, and I also did a lot of research and kind of put together a top 10. And you can tell me whether this is like horrible or good or what. But what I did was I saw a Barbie doll, a beautiful, beautiful black Barbie doll, and she was sitting on a bench. And I imagined she was in a park sitting on a bench, like she just jogged and she was like kicking back because she's tired. It's just a Barbie doll, and no, I don't, fetishize or anything like that. And so then it's just this beautiful Barbie doll. I was just looking at this new program to make thumbnails, and they had a beautiful black Barbie. So I was like, oh, she'd be perfect for my thumbnail. And then I saw these white ladies who were reaching out, and I said, okay, that's it. So I have my thumbnail is, come here. Uh-oh, Kitty wants some attention. Come here, Kitty. Come here. Anyway, what I did was I put, I don't know why I did it, but it came out. I want to show you, but I have to figure out how. I put this Barbie, jogger Barbie was jogging, and behind her, this lady's coming up to her, like, she doesn't know it, like, trying to touch her hair, and then there's like zombie Barbies, white zombie Barbies coming. I don't know why I did it. It was just like, after doing this video for so many hours, that's kind of what it might feel like. I don't know, but like, it just, I'll show it to you. I have to show it to you. I can bring it up. I just don't know how to get it. I'm going to see if I can get help. Let me see. Help. I'm going to put this to the side. Zoop. Oh my God. T. Rogers, that is so hilarious that you said that, because guess what? That's in my video. That's in my video. I say, and it's obviously my videos to white people, but people, we pet animals, we pet our pets. Black people don't want to be your pets. They're not your pets, they're humans. I actually say that. So, whew, and oh my God, that's so funny. Like, I literally say, these are humans. They're not your pets. They don't want to be your pets. I kind of sound nasty, but there was 3 of them, and I took out the nastiest one, because sometimes I just get so angry when I'm doing my video that I know that's not, like, that will come across in my videos. Usually I'm just passionate, but there's a fine line between pissed and passionate, just as you probably know. So I might not use this. It might be goofy, but I liked the thumbnail. I want to show you. So I'm going to see if I can, I don't know. What can I say? I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm trying to show that thumbnail, and I can't, my setup got all messed up. So just,
What thumbnail?
the thumbnail I did that I showed you, that I was like, is this goofy, or is this good, or this one? Mm-hmm. And so I tried to bring it up, and I wouldn't stick into it. I couldn't, like,
Yeah, because it's not a browser window.
Oh, okay. That's not going to work?
Not that way. Do you have it on YouTube?
No. Ain't happening, huh? Hi, Jamie. I just wanted to show him, because it's like,
We could capture that window and show it temporarily.
Oh, okay. Can I do that? I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
cool.
just delete it.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
So you got to go to XSplit, add a source.
Yeah, no, I know what to do. It's just, I lost the guy. I lost the little guy.
Well, okay.
I lost the picture.
Oh, it's right here. It's all the way over. It's the last thing you have right there.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm going to show you, you guys. Please tell me if this is terrible. Please do tell. All right. It's just like, I get emotional making these things. I'm not just, okay.
There you go.
Can I move this? Or
Yeah.
I can move it in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So, welcome, Jamie. I hope you're here. This is my little, my thumbnail I made, and thank you. I wasn't trying to be goofy, but I spent hours on this video, and I kind of, after spending hours going over and over it, it's a top 10 video, I thought, my God, this white folks can be so entitled. We're so freaking entitled sometimes, a lot of the time. And I'm not trying to be critical. We don't even realize it. It's just, it's built into the culture. And so this Barbie has just gone for a jog, and she's resting on a bench in the park, and this lady's like, oh, cool. I mean, her hair's gorgeous. Look at it. I actually had to, because I don't have the right stuff to, I don't have good editing. I had to, it was makeshift, but she's a gorgeous woman and a Barbie doll. And I had to add her hair, which I was like, oh my God. So I added some because of the way it came out. And this lady is like, cool, I see someone with hair that's cool. I want to go touch it. So she's creeping up from back behind. And she has good intentions. It's just, it's entitled. And it's not, it just follows suit. It's not her place. It's invasive. There's so many things. You don't just, because something's cool and curious, you don't get to go up and just, and white folks don't really get that a lot of the time. And then I saw this, and I was like, then I saw, I saw the zombies, and I was like, okay, that's it. These like zombie Barbies all coming up, and I was just thinking, like, that's kind of, I don't know if that's what it feels like, but I have a story to tell. Here's my story. And you tell me, I don't know, but anyway, I think it goes with the video. I don't know. Oh, Cecilia! Good morning from Tokyo! Wow! Hi, welcome! I'm just blabbing away for another half an hour. How are you? It's like, T. Rogers, it's like white women think we are cartoon characters or something. Yeah, and so I don't know if that's an appropriate, like, it's like these white women coming into, and I wanted to have real people, but I couldn't get any real things, and I saw the Barbie, and I'm like, that's it. I don't know if that's inappropriate because it's objectifying or not, but that's how I'm imagining it might feel. I have a story to tell, which is really, really personal, and I probably won't keep it on the air, but just because I try not to get my family involved. But I have a little daughter, and when this is my story. When she was in kindergarten, I was learning all this stuff, because I obviously want to be there for her if she needs me and when she needs me. And I said, so do people touch your hair in school? I was just curious. And she was a little kindergartner. And she goes, yeah. And I said, do you let them? And she goes, yeah, it's okay. And then I thought to myself, oh my God. I go, it's okay? And she goes, well, sometimes I don't want them to. And she's 5. And I said, well, it is your hair. And, if you want them to, and they ask, you may say yes, but that is you. That is part of you. And people do, she said that people reach out and do it all the time without asking. And I was like, damn. And, she's like, oh, I don't care, Mommy. And, that's great. I'm not going to make my child jaded. But I also want her to be equipped to be able to handle herself in our culture and in society, and to feel like she's empowered, and, So I asked the question, and that's when I kind of flipped out. I didn't flip out at her, I hope. But I said, how many times a day do people ask to touch your hair, honey? And she's like, oh. And then she's little, so I said, like, one? Maybe one time every day? Two? She said 7. And I said, really? And I said, people are doing that 7 times a day? Every day, pretty much? And she goes, yeah, and the teachers too. And yeah, so that is a problem for me because my little child is not there to be a spectacle. I'm glad that it doesn't bother her, so she says, but I was like, okay, this is so not happening. The teachers too. So that was kind of my rude awakening. And I mean, this was, well, she's really old now, so it was like years ago. It was like 8 or 9 years ago. So I was not happy. And for some reason I put off doing a video of it. I don't know why. So maybe some of my anger came out, and I don't know. But I try not to make it too mean. Anyway. So if you're watching, what's going on? I'm just blabbing away. I want to know, how is your country doing with the pandemic? Curious? I'm not sure if they're still here, but we had somebody from Japan, we had somebody from Germany, and from Sweden. So I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And it's hard to compare relative countries because you have to know what the other country's doing to say whether it's better or worse. But T. Rogers says, we are not your pets. Don't touch our hair. That is actually in my video. And of course, all my stuff's for white folks to learn. But I learn from the black people and from the African American people and from the indigenous people and from the people of mixed heritage. So they're my mentors and my teachers and books and reading and all that. So that's what white folks need to do, is just say, we're done. We're done allowing this to happen, and educate. Like I always tell people, just learn about 30 classic cliche denials of racism. If you learn about 30 of them and learn how to debunk them in a nice way that people want to listen, because most people are incredibly sensitive if that use these, and they're just like, oh, so you gotta be able to debunk them. You don't have to be emotional about it. It's hard though, and then you are doing better than 99.999% of white folks in America if you know the 30 classic cliches to deny systemic racism and how to debunk them and how to stand up for what's right. So that's not that hard. So this is the hard part is getting white folks to want to do it. Doing it is not that hard, because once you start, you're like, oh my God, our real racial history, because they don't teach it in school. They whitewash it, and it's on purpose. So it's not hard to do. The desire to do it needs to be there. And my goal is to make more and more people say, you know what, I gotta learn this stuff. It's important. I love my fellow humans, and I'm not gonna sit and watch them be traumatized by systemic racism and by doing nothing condone it, or by even being worse, by going along with it, making it even worse. So that's it. So I was going over all these racial microaggressions and videos I'm going to do, and there's another. But if you have any questions or want to tell me what's going on or call, please feel free. I'm on here every Sunday from 3 to 5, hanging out. And I definitely want to know what you think. Is that too objectification, having the Barbies? Because I just couldn't find pictures is all. And if it is, tell me. I learned too. I'm not like, oh, I know everything. I don't know even close to it. I know nothing. So another video I was thinking of doing, oh my God, if I could scroll through this, is coming up. Oh my gosh. I have my literature on here, and there's a lot of it. Okay. I was thinking of top 5 microaggressions that annoy the hell out of people. For example, my friend who works for a medical company, I do videos with him, he's constantly, like, having people ask him, where are you from? And he's like, I live, like, a couple of miles. No, where are you from? I think he gets it, like, once a day now. Where are you from? Because he's a black guy. It's like, you know what? I'm from the country that you're from. Hit this country. Like, it's so rude. He gets it constantly. No, where are you from? And he's like, here? It's just horrible. He has so had it with that. Also, if anyone has a suggestion, I'm doing another video on top 10 ways that white folks, top 10 ways that your white boss, your employer, top 10 ways your white employer or staff shuts down talking about racism to avoid, one, like to avoid confrontation, and 2, because they probably don't know anything about it and don't know what to do, maybe, because they're not educated. I'm talking about, small and medium-sized businesses who don't have a department that teaches it, and so that's definitely a video that I'm going to try to do. The white employer, right? Because like the white employer, thanks to you, just like if they don't, well, here's what I have so far. You can totally tell me. Did you? Oh my gosh! Want to do a video? I'm just kidding. Here's what I have so far, and I would love people to. I have, first of all, and these aren't going to be expanded on. It's like notes. I haven't done the video yet, but they want to avoid a confrontation because they simply wouldn't know where to start. They're not educated enough to even approach the subject in a sophisticated manner. So they tell you that just don't worry about it, and if they do it again, come tell me, or they just basically brush you off. 2, and definitely jump in if you have. The second thing is talking about what they feel about it rather than what you. Like, you live it every day. Who cares what they feel? Well, they're just being rude, so what? Like, they don't get it. 3, making you the bad guy. Like, you dared to report a coworker. Well, you're the bad guy. You're not the victim. You're the bad guy. It's like, no, this is real. This happened. And they will try to make it like, God, you're always just making so many waves. You just make waves about everything. That's the 3rd one. I already said this one. Brushing it off as like you're being too. No, you're so sensitive. God, So maybe they didn't mean it that way, or you're kind of maybe you took it wrong. It's like basically denying you. You're being too sensitive. They didn't mean it that way. Let me see. 5, not talking about it. Like, just say, can you just not make a big deal about it? T. Rogers, my new boss thinks she is the savior of all the black people. Oh, God. She acts like she knows more about racism than us black folks do. See, that's a problem. God, that is awful. That is a problem because, see, that's ludicrous. White people don't know more about. See, black people live it. White people have the privilege of learning about it. And yes, I stressed privilege. God, that sounds obnoxious. Tell me more. If you want to comment and tell me more, I would love it. It sounds just, so you have to deal with that? Like obnoxious, like sanctimony. It's like, damn. I don't know how I would handle that. That must be just, Jesus. Telling a coworker or, somebody who works for you who's being racially abused, that they need to suck it up. But everyone says rude things. Basically placing the responsibility on the person and not like addressing it. There's always going to be something you don't like just making it, it's just another thing. No, it's not just another thing. This is a very different thing. This is an illegal thing. All right? This is not legal to allow to continue. Right? In the workplace. So, they just pretend like, oh, it's just, it's like any other problem, Susie talks too much in a meeting and it bugs people too. No, someone doing racial microaggressions to you is not the same as Susie talks too much in the meeting. Sorry, not the same. Telling you that the client is always right and that it's tough. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Do you say no shit, Sherlock? So she's trying to be like hip. She's trying to like, oh, I know stuff, kind of. Is that like, yeah. It's just, you're like, wow, really? And it's so weird because it probably comes from a good place, but that doesn't matter. It's obnoxious. It's like, that's not humbling yourself. And that she knows stuff is really good. But knowing stuff and living stuff your whole life, I'm sorry. It's like I say, my first, geez Louise. Yeah, Dr. Seuss, there's been, that's for years. That's, I know it's hard to believe because the mainstream public doesn't really know that. She told us about being, oh geez Louise. Oh wow, she's trying to be like cool or something. Yeah, Cecilia, it's like, oh, having her hair in braids? What? Okay, she doesn't know that much. She wanted to have braids. Oh wow. Dang. So yeah, she showed where she is on the anti-racism scale. It's like she's definitely not like way up there. And oh my God, are there other black folks that work in your business like that are like can be appalled with you and go, okay, it's just way stepping over the line. Yeah, I might do a video on that too, Cecilia. That's actually a really good idea to how to explain it. I've read a number of articles on it. Oh, she did as an adult? Dang. Oh, wow. Yeah. So she has a little bit more to learn than she understands. That's extremely inappropriate. She doesn't even realize it. Wow. Oh no, her best friend is, oh no. Her best friend needs to teach her if it's her best friend. Oh God, that's too much. T. Rogers, you have to come do a video on this thing. I don't want to get you in trouble, it just could be anonymous, but oh my God. It's like all the classic cliches. Oh, down with the black folks. Oh my gosh. That's kind of like cringeworthy a little bit. For me, is that kind of what, like, it feels cringeworthy. It's like, oh, when somebody does that, I'm just so embarrassed for them. I'm like, corn, just a single middle braid. Cringeworthy. Cecilia, you're asking like cornrow, oh, not cornrows, but just, I think, I can't answer for T. Rogers, but I think what she's saying, yeah, no clue suit, right, it's like embarrassing. It's like, I just get like, oh my God, Cecilia, I think what she's saying is that it's a person who's doing cultural appropriation and showing off about it. Like, I'm going to get my hair, like, and the part of the problem is if we didn't have systemic racism, doing things, cultural appropriation may be okay, but we do, so it's not. It's like, if we didn't have, I'm not going to say the expression, but I was going to say a naughty expression that people would be like appalled by me, but yeah, it is what it is. It cannot be okay until it's celebrated and a wonderful thing of the culture, not because a white person decided to do it. Wow, now it's cool. That's not cool. That's obnoxious. It's when white people do it to try to prove they aren't racist, right? And it just kind of backfires a little bit. It makes them look like kind of, dang. Yeah, it's not good. And we're not talking just like braided hair. That's not what we're talking like culturally braided, and there's certain. Well, I mean, I can't really explain it correctly, but it's taking from someone else's culture that is not yours, and being a mainstream dominant culture person, and then being cool and getting lots of attention for it, whereas the people who actually are the ones that did the amazing artistic things over centuries in their culture, when they do it, they're just N-words. But when white people do it, that's so cool, and that's kind of how it goes in the U.S. a little bit, and so it's really, really bad. Yeah, Cecilia, you're so cute. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like if everything was just like celebrated and happy, and we didn't have systemic racism. I keep saying that, people are like, "Are you crazy?" I am a little bit, because I keep just imagining life someday, and I just have to keep hope. And yes, it's my white privilege talking, but I just have to. I don't know. I can't believe that it's hopeless. It might be, I don't know, but I can't lose like that teeny bit of hope, kind of. But yeah, so that's the great questions, great comments, because these are things some of these things are like more advanced than others. I didn't know what cultural appropriation was for a very, very long time. Many years ago, I really didn't. It's a lifelong learning. There's tons of stuff I don't know still. Tons. I'm going to be doing this till I take my last breath. So, and if I don't know something, I just say I don't know. And if I make a mistake, which I do, then I will be corrected. Hopefully someone is confident enough to tell me that I've done something wrong, and sometimes the things you do wrong, most people will say that's not wrong, but if one person does, you gotta be respectful of that, and there's no monolith, everyone's got their own freaking opinion. I have yet to meet a black person that has the same opinion. Honestly, I mean, maybe like close, but nothing like, everybody's got their own opinion. We're all individuals. It's kind of scary. We all have our own take. So, the other one, the client is always right. To others. I mean, don't feel offended by it, but I just think it's weird. Like, what are you trying to do here? Is that with the culture appropriation? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, what message what exactly are you trying to, no, I could see that, like, wondering, like, are you trying to be cool or get in with the black folk, or, like, are you trying to, like, I kind of, sometimes I hear white people calling, see, I don't want to get racism, I don't know why they're scared of black African Americans or black, yeah, it is, and that's, you know what, it's, Cecilia, you were so cute, it's, you know what, for some of us, we're never going to get it, and that somehow it's got to be okay, because I get it a little bit because of the American culture, but it's the black skin. I don't know why they're scared of black African or black American or just black. It's the black skin, I'm pretty sure. Because see, here's the problem. Like, let's say I adopt a little girl, and she doesn't have my same skin tone. Well, she's being raised white because I'm white, right? And when somebody sees her, and I adopted her parents wanted her to come to the United States. They purposely chose an adoption plan for this child. I'm just making up, I'm just making a hypothetical. Well, when this child's being raised by a white family, well, sure, she's, the parents will either immerse her in what she needs to be able to do well in life, or they'll basically think, who cares, she doesn't even know anything. But this child is going to be in between cultures. She is not going to have her old culture. She's from, another country. She's not white, clearly, so people don't look at her as a white person. But on the other hand, her ancestors were not forced over, kidnapped and forced over and tortured for hundreds and hundreds of years. So, but when white people look at her, they just look at her as another you-know-what. And that's a really tough place to be. So it's complicated. It's really complicated. Her parents absolutely wanted her to be adopted. And they made a plan for her to purposely come here. So it's kind of complicated. But I'm not really sure. I'm guessing, but as a white person, I think it's just the skin, because they don't know whether you're a Black American, an African American, an Indigenous American, a person of mixed culture, mixed heritage, a person whose mom's white and dad is Black, or dad is white and mom is Black, because of the way kids come out. I mean, we have friends who have a very, very darker brown Black mom and a very, very white dad, and one of their kids came out completely like somewhere in the middle, and one of their kids came out whiter than I am, and strawberry blonde and freckles. And so it's just, people they don't look at you as like what category, they just see brownness. And I don't know what you guys think. That's kind of the way I think white people think. I don't know. I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure they don't go like, well, where are you from? But then again, there's that dude that called in last time, Lee. Was that Lee? Was that his name? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong. He was saying that people who are actual immigrants from African countries come over here, and they're very well educated, and they're very knowledgeable, and oh my God, that's so cute. Cecilia, my dad said Black people are the pioneer. Yes, growing up, my dad loves Louis Armstrong. Oh my God, that's so cute. So you were raised very multiculturally and very open. That's beautiful. That's such a nice thing. I love that. That's amazing. What a gift. That's a gift. I mean, I'm sure you realize it, but that is a gift you give your children. It's just beautiful. That's how I looked at it, raising kids, is that teaching my kids to be children of the world is a gift. The gift of understanding that, no, not everything revolves around America. You can be proud of your country. You can be happy that you live there. But part of the problem is, in doing that, I think Americans have really done ourselves a disservice, because we really don't embrace other countries. We like to talk about how great we are, but I want to know what best practices are happening in other countries so we can try it. I mean, we don't have respect for humankind, and these are all our brothers and sisters, so it's kind of obnoxious. It's just kind of a cultural thing. Most people never gone to a different country. Maybe they've gone to Canada, maybe Mexico, but that's it. Most Americans don't travel. And so we kind of get this strange idea that, like, we're the center of the world. And I think it's really, really not a great thing. You think, oh, great nationalism, but you see, if we really are trying to build, a more perfect union, then we got to drop the ego. It's not attractive. That's just my opinion. But drop the damn ego. So I'm just saying. But Cecilia, you are such a pleasure, and T. Rogers, and oh my gosh, you guys are wonderful to have, because it's so important to get this, just to talk about this real stuff. It really is. And I just, I'm so happy that I do this, even if nobody comes. I love just knowing that people could come by and say hi, and it's free streaming. So, but you know what I really want to know, Cecilia, is how, and I don't know if you have time right now to say anything, so it's okay if you don't. What do you think of the increase in Asian American violence towards Asian Americans that Trump has obviously, he calls it, he calls the coronavirus like the China flu, he calls it the Kung flu, he's disgusting, he's a racist pig. I think we all kind of know that, but what he's done, yeah, me too, that's really cool. What he's done is like, from like the top, as a person who has lots of power, he's basically encouraged, aided and abetted horrific things towards Asian Americans, and a lot of what's happening, I mean, Americans in general who are that racist, they don't even, I mean, there's a guy who is a Sikh, he's in, like, they were calling him, Muslim. He's not even that religion. I mean, like, they're trying to do things, and people are going after people who are Korean, saying we're so like ignorant and obnoxious. Like, and not that if a Chinese person is there that we should go after them, but like, this is how bad we are. We don't even know. We don't even know there's like a gazillion countries in Asia. It's like, that's how bad off. So anyone we see that looks like they could be Asian, people are being obnoxious to, and it's really been perpetuated by the president. Hell, people from India are even getting, it's crazy. And I know there's a really big problem in America with black folks feeling unsupported by the Asian community, and then all of a sudden, so that's a whole other issue. But as a person from another country, how bizarre is that? Like, a kid who is from like Vietnam who happens to be here, or his background is Vietnamese, they've been here for decades. People are like, you caused the flu, and he's like, what? It's like, that's what Trump's hatefulness has kind of like, I heard that places like mainland China are not welcoming black folks. Yeah, India too. China has some issues. They have some difficult issues with racism. I'm not sure overall. It's a big place, but I know, well, because I work for a company in China. I work with there is, but with the really educated people, there's not. So it's like, it's kind of like, I want to say like kind of like here a little bit in that way. The people who aren't educated like are really super more racist. Like, as you can see, the people, like, the trend is the less educated in general. Not, obviously there's a lot of exceptions, but in general, the trend is that. Yeah, oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I've seen more shows on it. It's really, it's definitely a big issue, and I'm not sure it's one that, I don't know about India. I don't know much about it, even though my sister's, my cousin, half her family's from India. Her husband's from India, and the kids and everything. But I'm not sure. That would be great. Oh, I would love that. It's extremely important. I know it varies based on education, because I work with, I'd love that. Oh, do it. Yes, I live for that. But yeah, China has a really big problem with racism. So do we. Somebody actually said to me once, oh, how could you work for a company in China? They're so racist. I said, what, we're not? Americans? Hello? We're the poster child of racism. Don't even go there. It's very sanctimonious. Like, don't even go there. Yeah. We don't want to work for another country. Our countries, we're the poster child of systemic racism. So seriously, but a lot of things that China's doing in Africa is extremely frowned upon, and there's been very much scrutiny. That's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, there's a lot going on, This is not just in the United States, obviously, but I mostly cover just the U.S. because we have our own very special history. We didn't want to give up slavery. We just didn't want to. Everyone else around us is ending it and saying, oh my God, it's sick, and we're like, Some people think that's why we split from England. Just so we keep... It's a theory. I mean, no one will ever know, but it's a theory. So, I mean, it's in our... From the very beginning. Some people think they saw that England was slowly becoming more humane and human, and the people who were well off were like, it's not going to be good for business. I mean, I'm absolutely serious. I can't remember who the author was, but he wrote a book on it, saying that that's one of the reasons for the Revolutionary War. And I don't know if anyone else has heard that. Don't quote me. It's just one person's opinion. I've not read more than one book on it, but it runs deep. But yeah, if you can find it, T. Rogers, send it my way. Absolutely. And I wasn't denying that there aren't lots and lots of problems. It's just when the person said, well, why would you work for a company in China? Oh, thank you, Cecilia. You're such a doll. Oh my God, you're so nice. Thank you. I'm just so happy you guys are here. And I just had to say, well, like our own country, hello, here's a mirror. You know, if I worked for our country, no one would say anything. So, anyway. Oh, sweet. Okay, did you post it here on this live, or did you post it, you maybe posted it to me or something? Oh. I don't see it yet, but that means nothing. I'll find it. I'm scrolled all the way down, but I don't see it. That's okay. Not scroll up right now. Scroll down. Oh, there we go. That's as far as it goes. I see. It's a link. Well, I'll check it out. Yeah, I don't see it right now. I see. Thank you, Cecilia. I see. I just posted it. I see scroll. I see yes here. It's a link. So maybe keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. I don't know. It's okay. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. If you're here for the first time, I run a YouTube channel and a couple other platforms called Angry Soccer Mom. Lasse, you got... Let me just take a couple. Black Americans should not go to Russia or Eastern Europe in general. Don't be fooled by Russian propaganda telling you that Russia is not racist because Eastern Europe is crawling with me. Oh, yes. Got it. Thanks. Yeah, another video I need to do. I got my work cut out for me, huh? I just posted it again. I see your post saying I just posted it again, but I don't see. Do other people? Am I not seeing it on here? Because I don't. Man, what's going on? But thanks, Lasse. You're living in it. You know. It's not just America. A lot of places are really, really turned to the dark, evil, cruel, inhumane side. And I know it goes like this, back and forth. But dang, history's supposed to make it. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, because it's not. Can you see it on yours? That's weird. Because can anyone else see hers? Yeah, I don't see it. I believe you. But yeah, it's really strange. It's not in mine. But yeah, you'd think we learn from history, but apparently not so much. So I'm going to be doing my live show next Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up. Please come by, bring a friend, and it will be any topic you want to talk about. Wednesday at 9 Eastern about anti-racism, anti-bigotry, inequality, and corruption. And God knows we have a lot of that. It's really scary. And we always have, but I think we're being, thanks to Rogers, I'm so sorry. You're like, I've posted it 15 times. But, I don't really get this whole, as I said, I'm terrible with, there's a huge difference between Western and Eastern Europe. Yeah, I heard that as well. Interesting. Gosh. I gotta have you on. I gotta have all my friends from other places on. You guys are just amazing. Lots of knowledge and a wealth of information. which is really good for us because we really don't get out much in general. Some people travel, but they're usually very wealthy or at least well off. And right now, it's not too many of us. So, and don't forget the book club starting at 9 Eastern, starting March 7th. And it's going to be, don't even have to read the book. I mean, can you imagine a book club where you don't have to read the book? How cool is that? I'm going to summarize each chapter, and we're starting with chapter 1, and people will tell what they think. And I'm hoping that people who live this can help educate the people who want to understand. Because for white folks, it's a lifelong journey. We're never going to fully get it, but it doesn't mean we don't try. So thank you for being here. This was absolutely wonderful. And please check out my videos and help me spread the word. Some of my videos are better than others. Some of them are really, really bad. And then some of them are really passionate and decent. It's just, you never know what's going to work. I've had some videos get like 15,000 hits on YouTube, and then some get like, my best video get like 9 if they would only listen to us. Yeah. It's really tough because think about it this way. If you're a white person listening, it's disgusting, unconscionable, cruel that white folks in America can listen to a black person speak the truth about systemic racism and what they've endured and what their friends have endured and their family and their, and white people are like, get over it, try hard. We have every excuse. We don't give a shit. And then, I mean, that's pretty arrogant. Yeah, because to say that I'm white, I haven't experienced it, so it doesn't exist. That's incredibly arrogant. It's obnoxious. It's ignorant, but it's obnoxious to deny somebody. And then the other thing is, some people will listen to me over a black person? That's insane. I don't live this. I mean, I just say, hey, use my privilege for whatever. Yeah, it's hurtful. Yeah, it's just cruel. That's just, it's incredibly cruel. And, like, we are in such denial in America. I don't get it. It's kind of like a sick culture. In general, I mean, I could go on and on. I know I'm supposed to wrap this up, but, like, when I think about police and what we allow our police to do, it kind of reminds me of what it must have been like when it was legal to enslave human beings. And everyone just walked around like it was normal. Because in my mind, all us white folks, we walk around like it's normal that we allow police to abuse and murder with impunity. If the person is brown, black, or indigenous, it's like, but we've normalized it. How do I know this, you might ask? Because it happens multiple times a day in the United States, in each state. And if there's a police officer doing something to somebody, right, destroying their human rights, harming them, maiming them, murdering them, that's not what was the first time he ever did something like, no. This is the entire department. This is what they allow. This is their culture. So it's police culture. I'm not trying to get into another subject, but Boyzan Ingran, thank you for being here. The real challenge here is breaking the cycle. Yep. God, that is so true. It is so true. And as parents, that is so incredibly important that we raise our children. We break the cycle of racism. We break it. If you're a woman and you have a husband, no offense intended, a white husband who is being racist and teaching your children that some groups are more important than others, it is your responsibility as a parent and as a freaking human being and as an American citizen to make it stop and to teach your children that all life is precious and that we are all brothers and sisters and we are in one race called the human race. And it's just so important because you have to break the cycle. Who's going to do it for you? No one. Anyway, and Cecilia, people will stare at you here, and she's in Tokyo, but it's just because they're curious. No one will bother you here. You'll be lucky if you get hello from them. I don't even know the name of my neighbor. And you know what, Cecilia, it's so funny because thank you so much for teaching us. It's really strange. In America, it's really, really different, like neighborhood to neighborhood. Like maybe you know everybody, and then like another neighborhood, like I don't know my neighbors. I know who they are, but if our kids play together, that helps. But when I was little, I knew everybody in our entire neighborhood. I knew everybody in our entire neighborhood. So it's so crazy. Last thing, Black Americans have nothing to fear in the Nordic countries. There are lots of Black people here. The people are friendly and the country is very safe in general. Really interesting. That's very interesting. I did not know that. I think racial profiling is the most disgusting thing. No one deserves it. I didn't know racism growing up because I didn't see kids with different colors. See, I just see a playmate. Right. And you know what? That's absolutely, that makes sense. And at a certain age, kids are like that. And there's just a moment in time where it starts shifting called socialization, I guess. How you get socialized into it. And suddenly, and that's why unless you were raised with an overtly racist parent who said, you do not play with them. That's what I don't get about the moderate racists. Moderate. You know, they're racist, but they're not burning crosses, but they're pretty, I wouldn't want my kid to marry one of those. Like they're racist. I call that moderate. It sounds extreme, but U.S. is so much more racist than people think. Why they don't remember little Johnny and little Mary in their class who they played with all the time. And they were just playmates. Why we are socialized into, wait, they were human then, but now they're not? They were, when does it kick in? When do we lose our humanity? Because little kids who are not guided will play with anyone. They just want to play, So, excellent point. You guys are awesome. It's crazy. I just always wonder, where's that point? It's parents who teach them to be racist. Babies are not born to see absolutely not born to see the differences in people's colors. Absolutely not. It's amazing. We teach our children, whether it's subconsciously or consciously or somewhere in between, and breaking the cycle. Boyzan Ingram, thank you so much for bringing that topic up. I know I'm butchering your name. I apologize. But thank you guys for being here. You're wonderful. And you know me, I can just blab all day. And I know I'm supposed to end it at 5. But seriously, another really, really nice discussion. You're absolutely right. All right. Well, stay safe, everybody, from this COVID. And I will hopefully see you at the Wednesday live show or the next Sunday one or the book chat. And you don't even have to read the book. I think it's funny. As a teacher, telling people not to read the book is oops. But thanks for being here. Yay! See you Wednesday. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Cecilia. Thanks, T. Rogers. Thanks, Lasse. And thank you, Boyzan. I'm wrecking your name. I'm so sorry. And everybody else who is still here. You guys are amazing. Happy Sunday. Or actually, in some places, it's not Sunday anymore, probably. All right. See you next time.